Oops, wrong one. No, just kidding. All right, here we go. Hey, welcome everybody. This is the Morning Arcade Show podcast. I think this is the only morning-based podcast that is Golden Girls adjacent. No, I don't know what that means. I'm Buddy Cat, and with me is Ashen. Hey, oh, look at that mug.
Hi. I am not drinking from a Golden Girls mug.
What is going on, right? No, we actually don't have a second podcast that is a Golden Girls podcast. We do not.
Yeah, and we're not even considering it.
No. Although I think we have considered a Final Fantasy XIV podcast. It keeps coming up.
Yeah. Not only just from us, but from other community members too.
Yeah. It does seem to be a thing. So what's been going on? How are you doing this week so far?
Personally, I'm doing pretty good. Some people might know my wife was sick for a little bit, but you know, doctors are doing their thing and doing their magic stuff, so that's pretty good. Other than that, gaming, man. Gaming.
You took care of her for Mother's Day. I saw you posted a picture of some steaks, and I claimed the one on the top left. Just so you know.
I saw that. Yeah. That's also not the one I ate.
Or wait, maybe it wasn't the top left. Maybe it was the bottom left. The real kind of round-looking one that looked a little like, had like sloppier-looking edges and stuff.
Oh, yeah. The bottom left one, that's the one I ate.
Okay, that's the one I was aiming for. Okay.
Yep, that's the one I ate.
Yeah, yeah, not much going on here. I did something kind of dumb. So my DS Lite has a broken hinge, and it's not like I use my DS Lite a bunch. But I've been getting the urge to play it, and I'm like, well, it's got a broken hinge. So I ordered one of those little kits that are like $20 that puts a new shell on your DS Lite. And
oh, yeah.
I had no idea what I was getting into. I should have posted. Maybe I'll post a picture somewhere or something.
So was that the picture that you sent me earlier with all the pieces everywhere?
Yeah, I'm not kidding when I say there's like 50 parts inside that thing. And I thought I was going to do it in maybe like an hour and be back up and running. It took me, I don't know, maybe like 4 hours to get it apart and back together. And it's just take it apart and put it back together. That's it, right? And when I was all done, now the screen just flashes, so I ruined something too. I think I've researched and found out, I think the little tiny flex cable, I didn't quite get it put back on that makes the second screen work. But yeah, so I spent 4 hours to make my DS Lite not work. So.
Oh, okay. So it's funny because I was talking about this with Hawes about our method of taking things apart and fixing them, and we just considered your method chaos. It's just nothing that would work for us. So kudos to that. You've created chaos.
You know, I get what you're saying. And normally, in my defense, normally I'm a little more organized, but I didn't go into it thinking there was going to be this much stuff. So I start like, okay, I kind of organized my desk, like in my mind it was the shape of the DS Lite, so like the stuff up in the side was top right, up here was like top left, so I kind of had an order to it. If I would have known there was that many parts, I would have had like a little tray and stuff set out, but I did get everything put back together though. I did find where everything went. I didn't have any leftover screws or anything, so.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But you're not wrong about the chaos.
Yeah, I looked at that. I'm thinking, nope.
Yeah,
we're the organization here, buddy. Like, and I'm the type of person when I take things apart, where I take the screw out goes in a very specific spot, so that way I know the screw goes right back exactly where it was. You know, the cables go right back exactly where they were, because I have a little kit for all that stuff. So make sure it's all organized, because I've done your method before where you just leave it on a tray hoping that it goes in the right place. But I have cats and I have kids and I have a life that just doesn't accommodate that stuff. So it's all got to be contained in certain spots, because it'll just get messed up otherwise.
Oh yeah, and Robin was sleeping on the desk while I'm doing this. And so like I had to run downstairs and take a quick break, so I had to get one of my kids. I'm like, "Hey, I need you to sit here by Robin and make sure he doesn't walk through this while I go use the bathroom." So yeah, I'm not going to do that again. Well, I shouldn't say I'm not going to do it again, because I already ordered the kit for my Game Boy SP that has a broken hinge. So I'm going to try that. But I looked it up. That one doesn't have all the same moving parts. This one looks like if one is like advanced mode, the other one is like the DS Lite is advanced mode. The SP is definitely a lot easier. So I think I can probably do that one pretty quick. But I'm still going to get a little more organized this time and not have a cat sleep right next to it.
Yeah, it's one of those times you want the cats to be out of the way, and not just because they like to knock things off tables and mess things up, but like their fur can get in components and get things even weirder too. So it's good just not to have them around when you're working on delicate components like that.
Yeah, so I will update you with what happens, but as of now, the DS Lite does not turn on. So.
Oh no.
So that's fantastic.
Hopefully a trace didn't get ripped off, because that could happen too, and then those are a problem to fix.
Yeah.
If it's just a loose cable, not a problem. But if when you pull out the cable and a trace gets ripped off, then you're going to have a much bigger problem. That's a soldering problem.
Oh, well, that's not going to happen. But it was broke in the first place. The hinge was already broke, so it's not like I broke something that was fully functional. So that makes me feel a little better. All right. Should we move on to what people are talking about in the game world?
Heck yeah.
All right. So I guess this would be our news section. We just need like a clip, like an audio clip. I promise I'm going to get some audio clips ready. All right. So, let's see. What do we have for news? Oh, you know what? I think probably the first thing, let me pull up something here, is probably going to be this. The Star Fox remake. So this seems to kind of have everyone, I don't know, some people are excited, some people are mad, some people, I don't know, maybe don't care.
So I got a fun story about the original Star Fox on the Super Nintendo.
Let's hear it.
When it first came out, my brother and I played games together all the time, and we hate on-rail shooters. It's not something that we're big fans of. So keep this in mind that I'm not an on-rail shooters fan, right? Okay. But our dad bought us Star Fox for a birthday or a Christmas or something along those lines. And then a movie came out called The Three Musketeers in theaters in Disney. So we played a little Star Fox, and we're like, let's shelve this and go watch the movie. We got maybe 10 minutes into the movie, and we walked out. We couldn't handle that movie. It was so, I guess, generic, and you could tell what was happening in the movie before it happened. It just wasn't a good time for us. So we left. We're like, nope, we can go back to Star Fox. And for whatever reason, the Three Musketeer movies made Star Fox even better. Oh, okay. We sat all night long and played Star Fox all the way through. And even when, like then 64 Star Fox came out, we started playing it. So because of Three Musketeers, we became Star Fox fans.
That's what I thought you were going to say, that you had like some trauma association. Like the Three Musketeers was so bad, I forever, like it ruined my image of Star Fox forever. But no. So did you play the Nintendo 64 one? Because from what I understand, this is a remake of the Nintendo 64 one, which has been remade before. I believe the Wii U was kind of a remake of it, and also, I actually have it. I fired it up this week. The 3DS one is also just a straight up. This is literally just the Nintendo 64 version. So I fired that up a little bit, but.
Yes, for whatever reason, Nintendo likes to remake Star Fox over and over again. I think this is like the fourth one, maybe the fifth one to the case for that, which I don't think necessarily is a bad thing to update it and remake it. And each time there's a little bit more information that they add in, like they expand the lore a little bit more, they give a little bit more breadcrumbs for the game.
Right.
But, how many remakes now? 4 or 5? It'd be nice to have a whole new story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I get why some of the people are a little bit upset about this new remake, because there's not really more story. It's not like a whole new adventure they're going on. It's just kind of a rehash adventure for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, looking at the numbers for this, it is probably the best sold game on the Switch 2, apparently, on Amazon anyways, when I looked.
Over like pre-orders, you mean?
Yeah. So, which is good news, because the way I see it is, if more people buy this Star Fox game, it just incentivizes Nintendo to actually make another story in the Star Fox universe.
Right. I mean, for me personally, Star Fox Adventure is my favorite Star Fox, which I know a lot of people don't like that one. And I've actually played it a little bit this week. I'll talk about it more when we get to what we've been playing. But set that aside, right? And just take this game for what it is. I think there's a case to be made for a remake actually working. And I know this is a bit of a, I don't know, going kind of down a weird path here, but since it is an on-rails shooter, right? It's not an adventure game. It's not an RPG. It's not even an action-adventure game. It's literally just a shooter at the heart of it, right? And so to me, that makes it more like an arcade-style game. So if you take an arcade-style game like Galaga even, those games are pretty basic in their nature. So when you get a new one, you get more of the same thing. So if this is just like an arcade shooter, just taking more of the same thing and making it a little better, a little shinier, and a little better graphics, I don't know. I think it kind of makes sense if you're looking at it kind of through that lens. I don't know. It doesn't feel like the type of game that, like, I think a remake works. If they're going to do something else, then I think it's something else. So I don't know. That's just kind of my take looking at it like that, because I like shooters and I like arcade stuff. So I'm not looking at this as like the same adventure. I'm looking at this more like, all right, I'm going to hop in my jet or my plane and I'm going to go shooting stuff, and it's going to look a little better this time. So I don't know.
Yeah. And I think they also expanded some of the multiplayer stuff too. So that's always fun, you know, getting on there and RWing with your friends.
Yeah, and from what I understand, like, you'll be able to take on some of the jobs, like somebody can fly and then someone else can take on the gun. And I don't remember if they did that in the past, just because I didn't play the Wii U one, which is probably the most robust remake so far. I've only played the Nintendo 64.
I don't remember if it was the N64 one or the Super Nintendo one, but I do remember like more of a battle royale section where you're off rail, you're just kind of in an area where you can like dogfight each other.
Right.
And you know, I'm not a big PvP fan, so you hanging out with your friends doing it is one thing, but like being competitive with it, I could never be.
Yeah, I know you're not super into PvP, which I get, but that is a big market for some things. So I think a lot of people, when they look at a game like this, they're like, "Oh, did they add PvP? How good is it?" Because you know, if you compare it to something like Mario Kart, you know, PvP is everything, right? Like, you know, Mario Kart can be fun to play for 20 hours or so to play through everything and unlock everything. But then after that, you know, the next 1,000 hours are just going online and racing against people. So, you know, if you're into that, it's good. If not, you know, it's kind of dead after the adventure.
You have to admit, though, it would still be really cool to have a whole new Star Fox story to play through. So that way, you know, you kind of get more lore, more expanded things for it.
Right.
So,
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I would love it. In fact, I would have, while I can defend what they're doing because I think it makes sense for an arcade style game, my favorite, like I said, is Star Fox Adventure. So I would prefer, if they're going to do a remake this. I just put it up. Star Fox Adventure was so good. I mean, look at this. Just the running around. It's like Zelda meets, it's like everything I love.
Yep. Oh man, Star Fox Adventure is my favorite one. Yeah.
But you know, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to start.
It's a good start for having Star Fox, right? It's like if Star Fox Adventures is your first Star Fox game, you're going to want more Star Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just the way it is. If Star Fox, the regular Star Fox, is your first game, you might not want Star Fox Adventures.
Right.
You might just want the on rails one, but Adventures is set up just to be that whole peak. Like late 90s, early 2000s, run and gun, going to space sometimes type of situation.
Right, and from what I understand, they're not doing this, and why I don't think they're going to do anything like this again is because the fans, by and large, say that Star Fox Adventures isn't Star Fox. Like, that's not what they're going into Star Fox to play, and I get that. But my God, I love it so much. God, it just looks so good. It's like, it really is like Zelda. I mean, I think it not only is it my favorite Star Fox, I think it's one of the top GameCube games, too. I just had so much fun. You know, and I didn't play a lot of it this week. I only played through, just kind of started it up and ran around a little bit and kind of had some fun in it. So I don't know if I was to play all the way through it, if maybe it didn't age as well, but my God, when I played it originally, I was just in heaven like every second I played this game. Like, I just couldn't get enough of it. Like, I almost called out sick to work, like, when it came out.
And that's just the case for more story in Star Fox, right? That's just what we want. That's where I think that's where most of the hate is. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, not another remake," and under that is just, but we want more lore. That's just not being talked about.
Yep, 100% agree. So I think this is the classic meme. Why not both? Give us both.
Yeah. Why not both? Yeah.
If you can't,
and apparently, if the numbers keep doing as well as they're doing, there's a good chance we will.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing if they do that. Of course, I don't look forward to opening Reddit if they announce a Star Fox adventure, but that's another thing. We won't base everything on that. All right, the next thing that kind of jumped out at me, and hopefully, well, not hopefully you two, but that I'm sure you've probably noticed, is there's a new Resident Evil mode. I guess it already launched. I thought it was coming out, but I was going back this morning and looking, and I guess it's already out. I haven't played Resident Evil Requiem, but from what I gather, I got some notes here that it is, it's kind of, a lot of people are basing it on the last mode they did in the last game, which is like Ethan must die. So this one's Leon must die, but not just die.
Forever.
He must die forever, right?
Yeah.
Let's like put to death by death. It's a roguelike. They said there's 5 difficulty ranks, and I guess it unlocks a bunch of like costumes and weapons and just adds replayability. I don't know if you've had a chance to check it out.
I haven't played it yet. Much like when God of War came out with their whole roguelite thing, I played it a little bit. And I love roguelites, don't get me wrong. And I think every game needs a kind of randomizer or roguelite aspect to it just to kind of give the longevity. And for this game being free add-on, brilliant, love it. How can you complain about free stuff, right? It is very arcadey. Like, you know, when you shoot a zombie in the head, you get some points. Randomized loot, randomized items to get. Even your path can kind of vary into different left, right, middle things. So I'm going to play it a little bit. Probably not do everything in it, just because it's a little different than what Resident Evil actually is. It's not the whole, oh no, I'm scared 24/7. This is more of a mode where you've already kind of mastered a lot of the Resident Evil aspects, and you just want to challenge yourself a little bit more. You want to get a little bit more out of the game. Yeah,
and you've played Requiem, at least played through it at least once, right?
Yeah. The Requiem is a really great game. I think it's a little easier than other Resident Evil games. Maybe a little bit on the shorter end too. So having something like this is really nice for it.
That's awesome. And what I've seen is that fans are kind of speculating that, of course, this isn't confirmed. This is just rumor, of course. I just want to make that clear. That they're speculating that there might be more because of how popular this has been, because I guess this mode is on a tab called New Games or something. So fans are speculating, well, why would they make a tab for new games if they're only going to do one new thing? So I don't know if that's true or not, but who knows? I mean, when a game's popular, they definitely like to put more into it.
And this was a little bit of a shadow drop too, right? Because we know that they were talking about new DLC for the game, and people didn't expect this to be the DLC. This was more of a shadow drop, so more than likely there will be extra stuff for it.
I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I think we're on the same page here. We've talked about this a little bit. Just Capcom, just what they're doing lately. Like, I feel like for all the hate and the shade that like AAA developers get, Capcom went from, remember, it wasn't that long ago, Dragon's Dogma 2 dropped. Everyone was just like up in arms, understandably, about some of the egregious DLC. Like the big one that made people like really mad and even want to like boycott the game was, what was it, the like $20 to like fast travel. Maybe I have the number wrong, but it was for fast travel, and people are like, well, you can get it in the game too, but it's like, it's a $70 game. Why do I need to like pay extra to like be able to fast travel? And then look at where they are now. I mean, just the examples just go on and on, right? I mean, look at what Monster Hunter's doing. Resident Evil is just absolutely crushing it. They're using that RE engine on everything that seems to be optimized, right? Like the performance is good on lots of systems. Like,
yeah, you hardly ever hear anybody complaining about, hey, this is installing wrong, or this is chugging my system, or nope. Overall, it seems like Capcom is really on the ball right now, and I don't want anybody to ever push them off, because oh boy, we need more Capcom.
I know, and I played a little bit of, I got so excited about the Capcom stuff, even though I haven't played Resident Evil Requiem. I fired up even Street Fighter just to see how it looked and played, and I didn't realize it uses that RE engine also.
Yep.
And oh my god, it's just so smooth. Like everything, you just don't see reviews on Capcom games that are like, oh, performance issues. I'll wait 6 months till they fix it, and then I'll buy it. You know, like so many AAA developers do these days.
You can always tell when a company shifts from focus on making labors of love for their community to, oh no, we gotta make sure as shareholders are okay. And it seems like Capcom's doing really great at walking that fine line. Like, even non-gamers are paying attention to Capcom now. Like, my wife's seen some Street Fighter 6 stuff. She's like, we should play that. What?
Right.
Wait. All right, let's play. So I'm really impressed with them.
Yeah, and Street Fighter 6 has a free demo too. That's what I played.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they do have a lot of DLC and stuff that you can buy. Like Monster Hunter probably has like, I don't know, something like 9,000 DLC things you can buy for like $1 each and all that. But, you know, it's the classic, none of it's necessary. It's not like, you know, like back in the Dragon's Dogma thing where it was like, you know, pay extra to be able to fast travel. So,
yeah. I guess Monster Hunter Wilds did have a couple controversies. Like, when it first came out, it was running really poorly on some systems. But that was because of the DLC. Like, it was running checks to see if you had DLC, and if you didn't have DLC, it just kept running those checks, and it was checking out systems. So then, like, if you bought all the DLC, your game ran fine. Luckily, they fixed that. It took them a while, but they fixed it.
Yeah. It kind of seems like, you know, you get a company like, not to throw shade at Microsoft, but I'll throw shade at Microsoft, that, you know, they get all these complaints and stuff, and then they just double down on it, you know. But then, you know, Capcom with the performance issues fixed it. With the DLC, you know, they just seem to listen to what the gamers want, you know. And I'm not trying to, like, I know they don't need anyone out here, like, you know, a profit for them, like, preaching or anything like that. They have plenty of money, but it is nice to see a big company actually kind of put the gamers first and listen a little bit.
And you gotta admit, it's a little bit weird too. Like, this should be the standard. It shouldn't be the bar to reach for, because it seems like right now Capcom is the bar that other companies need to be reaching for. But this should just be the standard that people are at, and it's not, which is a weird spot to be in gaming.
Right, we're sitting here giving praise for what shouldn't even be praise. This should just be the norm. Yeah, you're exactly right. All right, so I think that kind of covers that. Moving on, this is something I'm going to ask you about this, because I've been seeing this, you know, if I open Reddit or Blue Sky or anything, I keep seeing the Twilight Princess remake in Dusk. And before we talk about this, just a quick disclaimer. I know it involves some emulation. We're not condoning emulation or telling people to go out and do this sort of thing, but it is something that is pretty big talk in gamer circles right now, so I thought it was worth mentioning. What do you know about it?
So Dusk is basically a upscaling of my favorite Zelda game, or one of my favorite. Zelda 2 is my all-time favorite, but Twilight Princess is probably my second. And this kind of upscale is that, like, you get faster iron boots. So normally you put iron boots on, you walk really slow, you're like, oh. So this gives those boots where you just, because Link's powerful, right? You should be able to walk fast with these iron boots on. Faster movement overall, higher graphics. They're adding a randomizer mode, which every game should have a randomizer mode. So it's really a labor of love from the fans of the Zelda community putting this out there. And it's been a little bit in the making, so it's nice to see it finally out. And hopefully what it does overall is make it more accessible for a lot more people.
Right, because that is the big complaint with Nintendo, right? I mean, I love Nintendo's games. I don't love the decisions they make, but I mean, that is the thing. They have all these beloved games. When I pulled it out, I found, you know, this is how I played it. I still have the Wii copy, and I think they made a Wii U copy, but that was it. So if you're not firing up an ancient Wii that doesn't even hook up to a modern TV because it doesn't have HDMI, or the Wii U, which is impossible to get, like, you're going to have to emulate it if you want to play it, versus, like, you know, you look at, like, Square, for example, like, even their least popular games are still available. I think even the Switch has, like, 60 or some ridiculous number of old games. And then Nintendo, it's their system, and they can't get the games on there. It's annoying.
And that's what's cool about this new fan-made mod. Like, your phone, you'll be able to play it. So, like, you can't get better than that. Being able to hook up a controller to your phone and play some Twilight Princess. Oh man.
So this Dusk project, this is due to kind of some of the new like decompiling stuff that they've been able to do. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, so this Dusk project doesn't use any assets, which means that you kind of have to have the game yourself in order to be able to play it, right? And then it just kind of recodes a lot of the chunkiness in it to make it easier to, for memory and RAM to run better on it, for things to load faster, just an overall better experience.
Is it still locked at like 30 frames, or do you know if they have like better frame rate on it?
I don't know if they have better frame rate on it, but with a lot of these fan things, a lot of times they do fix that frame rate.
Right. So I know sometimes it's
once they check it out, we'll be able to know.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out for sure. It sounds like it's kind of similar to like there's a Mario 64 project that fans have made where they don't use any of the assets. You have to have a copy of Mario 64, but it loads it in. It uses the assets from that, and it makes Mario 64 into a multiplayer, almost like an MMO. Like you can have as many of your friends, just log in there. One person can be, in World 1, somebody else can be in World, up in TikTok Tower or whatever, and you're just collectively, you can play side by side, or you can go do your own thing. You can play online with each other, but you're basically working through all the 120 stars together co-op. So I love it when fans make stuff like that.
Which begs the question, how easy would this be to make into an archipelago now? Like all the Zelda games, much easier to have access to run a randomizer through them all with your friends. Oh man, that sounds like a good time.
Oh yeah, you know what I would really like too. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but Nintendo, if you're listening and watching all this stuff, and I know you are, quit suing the people into oblivion that are making it and just release your games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people would be doing this people are always going to pirate, right? I mean, we have good old games that has like DRM free stuff for cheap, and people still pirate games. It's always going to happen. But I guarantee there's going to be a lot less pirating of Nintendo stuff if they just make it available.
Yeah, that's the hot take, really, is if you want to curb piracy, make your things as accessible as possible. Because a lot of times people will pirate things because they don't have access to it. So if you give them access to it, then they tend not to pirate. They want to support the things that they care about.
Right, and especially Nintendo. Nintendo people are passionate, right? And, for example, I forget which game it was. Oh, I think it was Chibi Robo. The disc was going for like $100 plus, and as soon as they released it on the Switch, on the subscription thing, the cost of just to get a used one like dropped in half. So, I mean, people just want those games. Yeah.
And, gaming is part of our history now. It's something that should be, and it should be treated like art and entertainment things where it needs to be protected, right? It needs to be accessible to all the people of all the generations. Like, I should be able to let my kid come back and play Spy Hunter, right?
Right. Yep. Definitely agree. Well, the next thing I have on our news is actually still kind of Nintendo related, and don't need to spend too much time on this since we probably just covered half of it in this anyways, but from what I am seeing, it looks like the Nintendo Switch is raising their price. They're just the latest gaming company to start raising prices. Here we got sad Mario here.
Oh.
I guess they're raising it by $50.
Yeah.
So, the
$50 in the US, $30 in the EU.
But what was surprising? Canada, they're raising it by $50 there too. So I guess, it kind of makes it so it's not the same price with the conversion of the currencies or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I saw that it's $50 more expensive in Canada too.
Oh man.
So yeah. But to follow that up, the Nintendo president, what's his name? Shintaro Furukawa. He basically said
he Americanized it.
Yes. He basically kind of followed up this bad news by saying that they do have a bunch more games that they're going to release this year, some unannounced titles. And for Mario Kart fans, this is kind of the big one, is that he said they plan to support Mario Kart going into the life of the console, because everyone's kind of disappointed with Mario Kart right now. A lot of people love the single-player game, but the online it just isn't fun like it used to be. And so this kind of gives hope that they're going to be doing some DLC and some changes to Mario Kart. So who knows? $50 more, not good. More Mario Kart, potentially good. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man, it's never a good thing when a console has to raise the prices. It should be the other way around. Consoles should get cheaper to have more accessibility, as we talked before, so that way more people can get more of the games and more of the things. But again, this economy, it's hard for not just us, but businesses too, right? They have to find ways to make their ends meet.
Right. And Nintendo, their president said that at the current price, they are losing a little bit of money on them. They weren't initially, but they are now, to keep manufacturing them and selling them at this cost.
Yeah. And, it's a tough spot to be in because the world economy is not in the best position it can be. And it's hard to forecast where that's going to go, right? Right now it's just all kind of, hey, save your pennies. Yeah. And Nintendo is they have to do what they got to do.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'd be happy if they'd keep losing money. It would make me happy, but I guess that's just not the way it works. So I guess it is.
Well, the problem is if they lose too much money, then they won't be a business either, right? And then nobody gets any of their games.
Right. And that is one thing he specifically said in the interview. He said that it's really a tough balance to walk, trying to find out where you can not lose money on something, but then at the same time, you don't want to lose your customers either. And that's kind of exactly what they're addressing. I think that's why they left it at that price, even while they were losing money. Because when it's a tough economy, people don't want to spend more money either.
Yeah.
And we can see this just by, I'm sure you've probably noticed, every time I go out to eat and stuff, I just notice less and less people out. So if less and less people are going out to eat, less and less people are certainly spending money on a Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah.
Especially, when you can get the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy XIV demo for free.
Up to, level 70 now? Whew.
Up to level 70. That's right. All right, I think that kind of covers it for the news. Why don't we get into what we've been playing? You want to go first and hit me with what you got?
So I'll go with my staple right now, which is Wild Arms every Saturday at about 8 in the morning, I think, 8 PST to 10 PST, maybe longer if we get into some cool things in there. But it's going to be a platinum run for the first trilogy of Wild Arms, so Wild Arms 1, 2, and 3. Guaranteed to play through all those to get the platinum on them. The later Wild Arms, maybe they're a little bit trickier to get a hold of for me to stream, but we'll work on that while we're playing through these long form. And last time, if you guys weren't around, we ended up having a little boy called the Demon Outbreak. So if you don't want to miss that, you should probably tune in for it.
Demon. Oh, those little boys in the Demon Outbreaks. Yeah, I was watching. It looks like a fun game. I mean, it's kind of Western themed. And do I have this right? Was this the first JRPG on the PlayStation 1?
No. So in Japan, the first JRPG was called Arc the Lad, which is more of an action RPG. Here in the West, it was a terrible game, and I wholeheartedly recommend nobody playing it because you will probably do the same thing I did with it, which is throw it out your window and then find it a month later stalking you, which is a game called Beyond the Beyond, which has a very weird take where you get your group of people, and the strongest person in your group ends up getting a virus or sick right at the beginning, and now he's the weakest person of your group, and you're just kind of lugging him around as dead weight, and it's a hard game, man. It is. And I'm not saying hard mechanically, it's just mentally hard game to play.
Just a slug.
So Beyond the Beyond is probably the first PlayStation JRPG game. And
so they really came out swinging.
Yeah, I can't recommend it. It's not the best.
Did you still finish it though?
I did finish it. Okay. I didn't 100% complete it, but if the game's coming back to you, there's something about it where you have to kind of finish it. You can't not. The interesting thing though is the very first PlayStation game I ever played was a series called Legacy of Kain. and it was Blood Omen. I ended up getting into a car wreck. Somebody had ran a red light and crashed into me, and then I ended up getting a lawyer to say, "Hey, this isn't right. They owe me money because they didn't have insurance." So I had to get a lawyer, and the lawyer had a little boy, and he had bought this game, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, for his son, and he was like, "I didn't realize how mature this game was. You can have it." So my first PlayStation game was given to me by a lawyer about vampires, and that's my second kind of game I've been going through, is that series, kind of platinuming all of them. And the first one, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, I've gotten that one completed. Last night, I just completed Soul Reaver. Got the platinum on that. I had finished it, and then I didn't have I wasn't sure if I was going to get the platinum for it yet, because there was a bunch of like side things to kind of do, and I was going to start the second Soul Reaver game while I worked on the side completions, but it ended up being really easy. Just go work to some places, get some spells, and then that was it. And then so maybe today I'll start Soul Reaver 2.
Oh, nice.
So that's getting really close to being completed.
You know, I thought something was up. I texted you, and I sent something, and I just got like a quick like okay back, and I'm like, oh, Ashen must be cooking right now.
Yep. Yeah. So when you texted me, so in video games, when you're achievement trophy hunting, some achievements and trophies super easy. You just go, do this task, talk to this person, and the trophy pops. But some of them are multi-layered, where you have to talk to certain people at certain points in time. And if you miss one of those kind of points, you won't know until much later. Then you have to go all the way back and reload old saves or restart the game again to make sure that you really focus on that. And so Soul Reaver has one of those where you have to talk to this lady at the beginning and end of every boss fight. And if you miss one of those, you have to go back. And I wasn't sure if I got them all, right? I wasn't fully tracking them. Like, I should have made an Excel sheet or something for it. But I was like, it's like 8 times. It should be fine. I should be able to track it. So when that trophy finally popped, I was like, oh, got this. That was the last kind of missable trophy that I have to worry about. And so when that happened, I was super happy. I was like, oh, I can just speed run this game now. I can get it done. I don't have to worry about tracking anything anymore. It's just on. It's green light to go.
I just picture like this meme with like the Anakin and the meme with Amidala or whatever. When I just picture you like, all right, honey, I got everybody tickets to go to Disneyland, and she's like, you're going with us, right? You're going with us, right? And you're like, no, I'm platinuming a game. You guys have fun.
Yep.
Although I'm
very much that way.
If your wife is listening, I'm not giving you any ideas.
Oh, she already knows. Trust me.
Okay, all right.
Like, has the bathrooms been cleaned today? Oh, maybe. And I'm off playing the game.
They're platinum shiny.
Yep. Do I get a platinum for cleaning that toilet?
So yeah, it looks pretty good. So you're gonna move on to number 2, and then just to remind everybody, you're streaming this Wild Arms, which we were originally talking about, which is still playing. Yep. Saturday mornings, you're Ashen Shigura at Twitch is your username. Yep, on Twitch in the mornings. So check that out if you want to see more of the Wild Arms. Let's see. Before I get into what I played, let's jump into something that I think we both played. Let me see if I have any clip. I forgot if I got any clips of this. Yes, I did. Okay. This is a game called Horde of Viscount. Viscount. It sounds like there's a bunch of different ways to say it, and we know this, right? Because we bumped into the developer streaming his game yesterday, right? And
yeah, and he did his first kind of run of a randomizer on one of the harder difficulties, which was really impressive.
So, did you? So when I first saw this game, maybe a week or so ago, I saw somebody that I follow on Twitch playing it, and she's been streaming it a lot, so I was checking it out, and I ended up buying it because I saw the developer was watching her stream. So the developer is super active. So I picked it up. If I didn't play it a ton, but I just love the developer's like attitude and enthusiasm. So it's like, well, of course I want to support a developer like that. And it turns out it's actually a really fun game. It's really, really got a lot of depth for a really simple looking little indie game. I don't know. Did you end up getting it and playing it or no?
Yeah, I think I played it for about 30, 40 minutes last night.
Okay.
My mind was on Soul Reaver, obviously, but I wanted to make sure that I checked this game out, not just because it looked like a fun game, but also to support the developer, because you could tell he put a lot of his heart and soul into this game. The interesting thing about it is, even though it's got like the more Game Boy looking graphics, once you understand what's happening on the screen, it makes so much sense. Like, it's a really well thought out system.
Right, and I think one of the things that kind of stands out, I mean, not just the systems, but you don't run out of lives or anything, right? It's more about getting to where you need to go. So you have infinite lives just because it's pretty challenging. At least it was challenging for me. And yeah, we saw the developer doing like a speed run, or I think it's got a randomizer, right? So I think he was doing one of the randomizers, one of the hardest ones. And I gotta say, every single developer, you know, if you look at like the indie dev forums and like Reddit and stuff, you constantly see devs say the line like, I made the game that I wanted to play. This guy means it. Like, I've seen him stream twice now, and he is so into this game. Like, he literally made the game that he wants to play. And I really feel like, because that is first, it's just, that comes out, you know, like, if you don't like your own game, it's probably not going to be a good game. Or I always feel like a lot of indie developers make something really awesome. It looks really good. It sounds really good. The first level's good. And they're like, crap, now I got to make 20 more levels and I'm not good at level design or something like that, right? But this is, it just seems like a passion project. So I don't know. I recommend it. I mean, I got to say, it's pretty good. I want to play a little bit more of it. I mean, and I'm a sucker for the Game Boy aesthetic too.
Yeah, it's also a mix of like a Castlevania, obviously, with the whip mechanic and stuff, but also a little bit of like Mario World, or Mario 3, where the map, you choose which level you go to on the map, and then you go in and kind of do the side-scrolling stuff like Castlevania, which is a really cool take on Castlevania, right? Where most Castlevania things is just side-scrolling and then up through doors or down through levels, where this one gives it a world map, which is a cool take for Castlevania style Metrovania series. Kudos to the developers for it. I like it.
Yeah, and it's got crafting too, I noticed. I'm not always the most into crafting, but I like that it's there. But also some of the weapons help you traverse like the environments too. Like you need like the knife to be able to like jump or something. I mean, I don't fully remember exactly what the different ones do, but it seems like the weapons definitely are needed to traverse.
Yeah, sub-weapons act as kind of your abilities.
Right.
So if you want to get extra abilities, you got to pick up different sub-weapons. And it's also a resource situation where, like, if you pick up the knife to do your little dash move, maybe you only got 4 knives, so you can only do that dash move 4 times. So you really got to kind of plan out the route. So it makes sure that you play each level multiple times to find the best way through it with whatever sub-weapon that you have.
Right. It's definitely a game, like, if this game actually came out, like, in the Game Boy era, this would be an all-timer.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, all the kids would be playing it on the school bus going to school.
And I think it could have. Like, I think the resources could have handled it, because it's a lot wrapped into a really, really simple-looking package, so it probably could have ran on a Game Boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe the developer will do that thing where they release a cartridge release of a game. Like, probably not, but that'd be cool.
The only thing the developer needs for this game now is multiplayer mode, and then this podcast would be over.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't necessarily end the podcast, but... You know what?
We'd just be playing this game on the podcast.
That's right. I'm hungry. Let's go. Let's go have lunch. No. All right, let's see. So that was one that we both kind of played. Next up is a game called Lucky Tower Ultimate. And I know you haven't played this one, but I know you've seen it.
Nope. Yep.
Because this is the game that was the redemption arc from the other game I'm going to mention that I played here in a minute, a game called Farever, that didn't leave the best taste in my mouth, and so I was trying to find something else to like cleanse my palate, and this game did it. I fired this up on a whim. I had no idea what I was getting into. Steam recommended it. I clicked on it and I saw the little cartoony graphics and it was like an insta buy. I just scrolled right down and clicked buy, which I usually don't do if something's not on sale. But this game, it's like I don't play a lot of roguelites myself. It's not that I don't like them. I don't play a lot of them. Like, I'm probably the last person on the planet that hasn't played Hades. Well, I shouldn't say I haven't played. I've played about 10 minutes of Hades, but I haven't played a lot of Hades. I don't play a lot of these. But this was, I think it's just kind of the classic mechanics. But what it does really well is it's hilarious. The characters are super funny. And it's not just that it changes where you go and stuff. Like, I played for a couple hours. I played for maybe an hour on stream while I was streaming. And then I played later that night. And it's just always different. Like, you're just seeing all these little funny scenarios. He just slipped on a banana peel. Potions make you change anything. You meet NPCs that talk, have conversations. There's one time when they asked me like a riddle and I couldn't quite think of it. It was on the tip of my tongue. So I went into this like scene where like I'm like a rat running around in my brain and I had to like grab the right item and I had to put it on the tip of my tongue literally to get the answer right. It's just like, I don't know how much stuff, I don't know at what point you start repeating stuff, but just the little scenarios are just like, seem never ending. And I was loving it. In fact, this is a game that I was so excited about. Like, I ran downstairs and got both of my kids, and I made them sit down. And I'm like, I want to watch you do a run. And then, of course, my youngest, who's like, he's like good with like games. He's like beat Elden Ring and Dark Souls and like all that sort of stuff. So naturally, he got farther than I ever did just on his first run without even doing the tutorial. So I got to see some new stuff, and I made my other kids sit down and play a run because I just wanted to share this game with people. It was just so hilarious. So I think I actually gifted you a copy as well this morning. I'm like, crap, Ashen hasn't played this game. You got to play this game. So hopefully you'll play it. Yeah,
I almost didn't show up to the podcast because right before the podcast, Buddy gifted this to me, and I was like, oh, there's a game I can play without pants. There's no way I'm doing the podcast now. I have to play the game, but the podcast is important, so we have to do it. But man, I can't wait till the podcast to be over to come play this game because it just looks amazing. Like, so I don't know how many people remember this, but back in the day, there was a website called Newgrounds, and there was tons of Flash games on there, right? Lots of them were just shovel or trash you didn't play with, but every once in a while you got some really cool gems, like Alien Hominid or Castle Crashers. And those got so popular they went on to other systems. This looks like one of those games from that era of Newgrounds, the whole Flash kind of era game. But it's also like taking some of the best aspects of what Newgrounds did, and this would definitely be one of those games on the consoles if it came out on Newgrounds. So it's a throwback to older days, which I can't wait to dig into. This looks hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm always looking for games because the way my days work, I often I want to play a game, but I only have like 10 minutes or something like that. So I can't like log into Final Fantasy 14 or something. So I'm always looking for little games like this, something to replace Peggle, and this has been it. I've keep firing it up and just playing, a round or two. I haven't played it in a few days now, but it's definitely going to be one on heavy rotation. But like I said, I found this game because I was playing this game called Farever, which is a game I've been watching. It went into early access, so I bought it the day it came out. I was super excited about it. And usually when I find a game that I'm excited about, I go to see if anyone else is like playing it. I looked on Twitch and like tons of people are streaming. So apparently for the first time, it's a game that I wasn't the only person that was excited about because I tend to pick duds. So I think I kind of still picked a dud. I don't know, this game, you watched me play it, so it looks like it has so much... I
wish I didn't.
I know, right? I don't know what to think about it. The reviews are mixed. There's tons of people. I mean, like, I was looking at the reviews, and there's people that are like, oh, as a seasoned MMO player, this is like, just hits the spot. This is perfect. And so many of these reviews, I'm like, how could you play it? Because the other half of the reviews are what I ran into. It is so laggy that you just can't even get a grasp of what's going on. I played it for an hour plus anyways, even though it was laggy, just to give it a chance to see what was going on. I don't know if it put a bad taste in my mouth. It just felt a little bland. Maybe it's not. I mean, it's kind of an MMO light. It looks like Zelda when you're looking at it, but it's just run around, collect stuff, do quests, lots of platforming. It might be really fun. I don't know.
But so from my perspective, I haven't played it, so I just watched Buddy play a little bit about it, and then went and did a little bit of research. To me, it just seems like one of those games where you just run in place.
Well, I saw people literally running in place because of the lag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's got enough substance to stick around.
Right. And I didn't refund it because I am going to give it another try. Because at first I was like, well, maybe they're just having server problems because I saw some people couldn't even get in. I tried it again like 8 or 9 hours later that night. Still just as laggy. I tried it again, I think the next day. I'll come back to it and see. Because I don't know, it doesn't look like it has a lot of substance, but sometimes I don't need a lot of substance. If I can just run around and do quests for people and not have to like think or craft, because so many games once oh well, you need to bring all your supplies back and start crafting for your they just kind of lose me. I'm like, I don't have time to think about this stuff. I just want to go kill genocide on a village of trolls or whatever and just move on. So I don't know, I'm gonna come back to it, but it just wasn't a good experience.
It's a fine walk between substance and density, though. You can have a game that doesn't have a lot of substance, but be very dense, right? I consider Final Fantasy XIV walks that line very close between substance and density, where you do sometimes get those quests that just fill up your inventory, but you don't know what you need, you don't know what to keep, or you can just go and have fun. You just go to the Gold Saucer and just enjoy your time for a couple hours there. So it's like a fine line there with 14. But other games, they either don't have the substance and they have way too much density, where you're just I take RuneScape, which is a lot of density, very little substance, right? And this game seems like it doesn't have any substance at all. So how do you get the density, right?
Right. Well, you just insulted RuneScape. I'm gonna have to put your email address in the comments section.
I know. Well, I don't think that's a dig on RuneScape, because some people want that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's fine for that to happen. Maple Story is in that same kind of vein, right? But the problem with this type of game is you can't get any substance if you're running in place.
Yeah.
There's just nothing.
Yeah. I agree. So I'm just going to stick a pin in it. I'm going to come back to it for sure. I'm not going to come back to it sometime soon. I'm going to wait till maybe an update or two. I'm not just waiting for the servers to get better. I'm going to wait for a little more content, because it is an early access. I don't know if I mentioned that. That is, but to me, early access means that it still needs to cook a while, but it should still run, and this game just isn't even running. And so it seems like a lot of people got a refund, which I can definitely understand. I almost did, but I'm like, it's not that much money. I'll wait and see, because it does look like a game that they put some passion into. So we'll see. It has dungeons and everything and multiplayer, and I didn't even do any of that. So
yeah, who knows? It could get way better with a couple patches.
Yep.
And it doesn't seem like it would take that long for it to get to a better spot. So
yep, 100% agree. All right. So the other thing I played is, I don't even need to pull up a clip. I'll just mention it really quickly. With all the talk about Star Fox, I went in and I just played a little bit of Star Fox on the GameCube. I'm still a GameCube fan. I keep my Wavebird on my desk, ready to go at all times. And I know this is a little bit weird, but that sent me down a rabbit hole, and then it made me play Mario Sunshine. So I went back in time, and I didn't play long. I played a few hours, grabbed a few Shine Sprites, and just started a new game on Mario Sunshine. I forgot how fun that game was. It's one that I played right when it came out. I beat it pretty much that weekend, and then I haven't thought about it since. So,
the cool thing about that is I think Mario and Star Fox, perfect universe collab. They could easily do games for each other, right? I think they're really set up for that. And spoilers, Mario movie, the second one, but right. I think it's set up really well for that.
Yep. Well, and they can literally beat the crap out of each other in Smash Bros.
That's true, yeah.
Or shoot the crap out of each other. I don't ever play Fox in Smash, but he's a shooter guy. He's a gunner, they call it.
Yeah. Fox and Falco is in there too, I think. right? And Wolf is in there.
Yep.
And I think they're all kind of gunners.
Yep. They just need Slippy. Who knows? Maybe they'll get a new Smash Bros. It wouldn't surprise me if we got a new Smash Bros. Soon with them saying like they have more first-party games coming, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, the last game that I played, I know it's a lot of games, but like I said, I'm like an arcade guy. I just can't stop playing different stuff. This is why I never get anywhere in like games, because I just play too many games instead of focusing on one game. It's the ADHD gamer. All right, this is a game called, let's see if I put some notes on here so I remember what to talk about, but this is a game called Mad King Redemption. And so what this, first of all, I should ask if you've even heard of this one, or is this completely new?
This is new to me.
Okay, so what it is, and the demo's out, by the way, but the full game isn't out yet. The full game comes out the 14th, which is just 2 days. So if this looks interesting to somebody, there's a demo and the full game's almost out. It's like they do that Octopath Traveler perspective thing. They have like some 3D worlds, but they have sprites mixed in. But it's not an RPG. And it's not really it's roguelite type of combat. Oh god, you can see there's mounts. But it's a brawler like Golden Axe. But if you were to make a brawler like Golden Axe into a roguelite, so you go on your missions, you go on dungeons, you fight bad guys, but then you come back to the town and you can swap characters, you can play. Right now there's just the dude and the lady are available, but there's a bunch of characters that are still locked, that were locked in the demo. So you swap those out in the town, you get your upgrades in the town, all that sort of stuff, and you just go out and you fight and you brawl. I mean, to me, even the mounts remind me of the mounts in Golden Axe. And, you know, if you played Golden Axe back in the day, getting that mount just felt so incredible. I think that's like the source of a lot of people's like mount collecting addiction. So it scratches all those itches. I don't know the depth, how it's going to turn out, because, you know, it's a demo. So you can only do so much. I don't know. I didn't play a ton, but it just looked awesome, and I just absolutely had to check it out. So So are they doing multiplayer with this? You know what? Let me see. I can pull it up real quick and check. Let's see. Mad King. I'll just pull it up.
Because if they are doing multiplayer with this, I think we might have found our game to play on stream.
Oh, it says shared split screen co-op. It doesn't say online.
Oh.
So I don't know. You know, if this game takes off, I could see that being something that they add, because multiplayer is built into it. You know, so the mechanics are there. I don't know, but it is fun. I would definitely recommend checking out the demo for people that like this style of game. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, because as soon as you said that we found our game, that was the first thing that popped into my head. Like, ooh, yeah, let's do it.
That would be the perfect game for us to co-op. Like, it doesn't seem like it'd be that long necessarily to do like a kind of path on it. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, next time we play, we could do a different path on it, and that'd be a really great game to co-op.
Yeah, and there's dungeons too, so you actually go into dungeons and have boss fights. Oh yeah, that power. Yeah. That was one of the first powers I got. This thing where you're like, because it's got this mechanic where, you know, like the classic Golden Axe, like when the thing stores up, you release like your ultimate power. Well, so far there were 2 ultimate powers that charged up, and one of them just shot these tentacles across the floor, and then the second one puts you into like a berserk mode where you're like extra strong for a little bit. But if you use the berserk mode, as soon as it's gone after its 10-second like buff, you lose half of your health. So you kind of gotta balance it out. And the reviews seem to be, I'm surprised there's not more reviews. It looks like a game that there would be a ton of reviews, but there's not even 100 reviews. And a lot of people just think it's like the best thing they've seen in forever. It's like exactly what they've been looking for. But a lot of like the people who are really into rogue likes and stuff have said that the combat isn't deep enough. But it's supposed to be more of a brawler, so I don't know. That could maybe be a way. They might shoot themselves in the foot by trying to walk and be both, but not either. So I don't know.
It seems to kind of fix my problems that I have with a lot of these brawlers. Like, you get the TMNT game, and you get the Cosmic Invasion Marvel game, the Scott Pilgrim game, where great beat 'em ups, but like there's hardly any more substance after you beat the game. Like there's nothing else to do except for replaying it with friends or trying to beat your high score or whatever. This seems like to be like, hey, here's your fun beat 'em up game, but there's also more things to do. There's roguelite, more paths to do. So
right.
That's got me kind of really excited about it.
Yeah.
It's just that density.
Yeah. It seems like one of those ones, depending on your game style, maybe wait till it comes out and kind of see what the reviews are. I mean, I'm not qualified to do a review of something like that, but I don't know. I might pick it up when it comes out. We'll see. I mean, I'm a sucker.
Yeah, it looks good.
I love some Golden Axe.
And it looks like the animations are pretty crisp, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the fidelity yet, because sometimes you get games where some of the fidelity when the characters are moving are a little wonky or a little off. I haven't seen that enough in that trailer, but it looks like the animations at least are really well done.
Yeah, and they're those old, animations that are only like, 3 frames per second or something too, so they're kind of intentionally a little janky. Some people like that, some people don't. But yeah, so that's what I got into playing. So that pretty much does it for that. I think it might be time to take a quick break, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and come back and play some games. I think we'll do little name that tune, and then we'll check in with the 90s and see what was going on.
Sounds perfect.
All right.
See you guys in a minute.
We'll be back in just a sec. Yep. All right, and we are back. And apparently Warrior needs food badly. Oh. I can't help it.
Me too.
All right, so we are back from the break. Welcome back to the Morning Arcade Show. I'm Buddy Cat, and this is Ash.
I'm Ash.
You know what? I should quit saying this is Ash and talking over you when you say I'm Ashen.
Or I can stop talking over you and just let you introduce me. One of the two. We'll figure it out.
Or maybe
or
we
not.
don't.
It'll just be a bit.
Right, there you go. All right, so after the break, we have a couple things to do. We've got It Happened This Week in the 90s, and we've got Name That Video Game Tune. What should we do first? I'll let you pick this week.
Oh, let's do the music first. Get that Band-Aid out of the way. All
right. Well, hopefully this turns out well and you end in a good mood for our 90s thing. All right. So we've got 2 songs.
I'm always in a good mood.
That is true. You're one of the happier guys that I know. Maybe even the happiest. All right.
Aw, thanks.
So
stop tickling me.
We are going to do 2 songs. This is Name That Tune, video game style, where we play a song and I try to stump Ashen, and I have stumped Ashen a couple times. I forgot where the score is at. I don't think you were doing that.
I get 1 right, and that's it. No more.
For the total of the shows. If you go all the way back
for the
to
year.
When we first started the show, all the way back then, you've only gotten 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so first up is just going to be something a little more basic. It'll all be from the same system. And then the last one is always a cover of a song. That could be anything. So first up, this is going to be something from the Nintendo 64. So after, we'll give you about 15 seconds, and then I'll read multiple choice to choose from. Here we go. Nintendo 64. How do you not move your head to that? All right. So here we go. These are your choices. These are all Nintendo 64 games. You have choice number 1, Donkey Kong 64. Choice number 2, Wave Race 64. Number 3 is Diddy Kong Racing. And number 4 is Jet Force Gemini. And I just wrote, those are all Rare games by Rare.
Yeah.
I didn't even do that on purpose.
So, I'm going to feel really bad when I get this wrong, because I played Jet Force Gemini quite a bit, and I don't remember that soundtrack for it. So I'm going to have to eliminate that one.
Okay.
But, like, it's been a long time since I played Jet Force Gemini, so I could easily be wrong with this one. But, man, I loved that game.
You've easily been wrong before.
Yeah. It's probably one of my favorite 64 games. Up there with, like, Blast Corps. Blast Corps was pretty awesome, too. A lot of people hated that game, though. So anyway,
never played it.
The other games are like Donkey Kong Country, Diddy Kong Racing, and then Wave Race. I've played a little bit of Wave Race, and that soundtrack doesn't seem like it's Wave Race soundtrack. I've never played a Donkey Kong game except for on the Atari. So my choices then become Donkey Kong Country and Diddy Kong.
Both Donkey Kong adjacent.
Yeah, and it's weird because I think the soundtrack also kind of fits that whole jungle Donkey Kong theme to it.
You got to pick one.
And yeah,
it can only be one.
I'm going to go with Diddy Kong Racing.
Is it Diddy Kong Racing? Let's see. I have the cartridge. I'm going to reveal it. This is the correct answer.
Right. Hey!
It is Diddy Kong Racing. Good job. You got it.
Look at that.
Warrior does not need food badly anymore. All right.
I got a little crumb. Yay. Yeah, my thought there was that it seemed more arcadey than what Donkey Kong Country is. So
it's the opening song, and Donkey Kong 64 opens with a rap.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Which is worth revisiting. The rap, it's quite something. It is a classic. I would like to go back and replay that someday. I am a sucker for Nintendo 64 era platformers. All right, next up, the second one is always a little more challenging. It's a cover song. It could be an orchestra. It could be a string quartet, which has been before. It could be a solo classical guitar player. It could be a flautist or perhaps a pianist. You never know. This week it is a rock band who, they're not popular, but they're called the Mini Bosses, and they were kind of popular in the late 90s and through the 2000s for covering just about everything from video games. Pretty cool band. All right, so here is the song that they're covering, and I'll give you multiple choice when it's done. Okay, here are your choices. Is it The Legend of Zelda? Is it Castlevania? Is it Dragon Warrior? Or is it Galaga? Or Galaga, however you would say that.
Galaga, okay. I don't think it's... I mean, it could be Galaga because... Did you say Dragon Warrior?
I did say Dragon Warrior.
Man. If it's Dragon Warrior, I'm going to be upset. I don't think it's Dragon Warrior, though. And I don't think it's Galaga.
Okay.
So then it's got to... And, man... So it's very generic for Castlevania. And it's weird, because when it first started up, it kind of sounded like Castlevania to me.
Do you need to hear it again? A second of it, or...?
I don't think so, because... Okay. I don't think I can lock down the type of Castlevania game it is. Because it definitely sounds like Rondo of Blood or Symphony of the Night. It's just very instrumental. So I'm going to say Castlevania.
Is it Castlevania? Yes, it is Castlevania. You are 2 for 2 today, Ash. Good job. Again, give a shout out here. I think they're still playing. It's the Mini Bosses.
Okay.
That perform that, and they have. I mean, they've been around forever, but it's four dudes, and they just shred the classics. Do a fantastic job at it.
Was that Bloody Tears?
I don't know. It's from the original Castlevania, and it's just if you listen to the whole thing, it's like a medley from the game.
Oh, medley. Okay, that would explain it, because I thought I heard some Bloody Tears in there, but it also sounded like the Ice Caverns was in there a little bit. I'm like, What is this? So having it in a medley works.
Yeah. Highly recommend checking them out, though. But yeah, so that is it. And I guess next, you're 2 for 2. This is your best day so far. Congratulations. Let's see. Let's move on to... This is where I need a sound clip. Something 90s sounding. I don't know. Maybe we'll make like a chiptune Nirvana or something.
That'd be amazing.
Some something Mario game here. I don't know. All right. What do you have for us this week, Ash?
So, talking about metal is kind of hand in hand with this game.
Okay.
So, in May 13th, which technically would be tomorrow.
Yep.
In 1993, this game released as a shareware debut. So going back to last episode of like Wolfenstein, this is Doom.
When you said released as a shareware, I knew exactly where you were going. Oh my god.
Yep.
What an absolute Doom. Classic.
One of the cool things of what Doom did for the community, there's two things really. It really kind of sparked off modding, right? The modding community got a hold of it and just ran with it. I think last episode you talked about how you played a Barney version of it, but also deathmatch. Like deathmatches really kind of found their niche and found their groove with Doom. So it was a really fun time for a lot of us game players when Doom came out. Like, man, just hunting every level for all the secrets. Like, you go up to all the walls and push all the space bars to find all the secrets in there just to find it and be like, hey, did you find the secret back on the playground?
Yeah, and I actually went back maybe a year or so ago, not too long ago, with my youngest, who's easily like the best video gamer in the household, and hadn't played Doom. And the first thing, I had forgotten that you don't look up or down.
Nope.
Just left and right.
Lots of auto aim in Doom.
Yep. But it still felt really good. We played it on the Xbox, just downloaded it on Game Pass, and I don't know, we put like 3 or 4 hours into it, like, even though I was just like, hey, check this out real quick, and got pretty sucked into it. So it is definitely 100% an all-timer, a banger. I don't know why I'm showing the new Doom, but
people are still speedrunning the original Doom to this day, breaking records, finding new ways to get through levels faster. Just it's such an iconic game. I'm glad that it was one of the first shooters to really emphasize, hey, we could do some cool things with video games.
Yeah. With
little hardware too. Like, it didn't take it, like Doom's been on all sorts of different things, like little Blackberries, and oh man, yeah.
What's crazy? Like, it's a shareware. They gave a free demo, but it's like easy to forget that back then you didn't just go download the free demo. You still had to find the discs and load them into DOS and type B run, and I don't remember what all you had to type, but I just remember like it was so much more complicated back then. I'd be so lost if I tried to do that now.
I'm gonna out myself here. So by age and by integrity. So I lived with my uncle for a long time, and he was into Tandy computers. He worked for the government, working on Tandy computers.
Oh, interesting.
And we'd go out and we'd rent video games, right? And back then, when you go to a computer store to rent a game, the floppy disk would be pinned up on the wall. So you just take the pin off, take it to the counter, and go home and play the game. But computers weren't well known back then, even for computer stores. So once you get home with the computer, you could just put it in your computer, rip it right to your disk drive, and then just copy it. And then we just take it back to the computer store saying, hey, we can't get this to work on our system, and then give you a refund for the couple bucks it would take, and then you just have a free game.
Yeah, I remember doing that too.
Yeah, Doom was one of those games that we did it too, so fun memories. It taught me how to be deplorable.
Classic. But I mean, not that you would do that now, of course. But
no.
I think I used to be into like renting movies and copying them. I think that was like everyone was into that. I got all 79 Star Trek episodes by checking them out at the library and bringing them home and copying them. But I went one step further. I would swing by the copy store that had color copies, and I'd make a color. It was so nerdy. I would make a color photocopy of the cover so that they looked right in my collection.
Beautiful. I think you're the only person that would ever do that, actually.
Yeah.
Most people would just Sharpie it on there, like, this is Star Trek, and then call it done.
Right. No, you had to have the right episode. You want to see those tribbles in full color on the side of the box.
Oh no. Oh, amazing. Okay, we won't put this podcast live so the cops don't show up at your door.
Well, I don't have them anymore, so we'd be safe.
No, there's no evidence. Perfect. And you can edit this part out, so it's fine.
That's true.
So, what do you think the next item from the 90s I have is?
Historically accurate bootlegs. The next item. So is this a game, or is this just something that was cool?
The hint is it's a food substance.
A food substance. God, I don't know anything that came out. I mean, if I was to say like Pop Rocks, they'd be like, oh, but they were originally out in the 50s or made a comeback. I don't know.
Right.
A food substance. I'm going to go with, this is probably wrong, but I'm just going to make a guess here for fun. Fruit by the foot.
Nope. Not fruit by the foot. Close, though.
Oh, okay.
Another snacky item. So, you remember the Keebler elves?
Oh, wait. Can I guess again?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it EL Fudge? Tell me it's EL Fudge.
Not EL Fudge. Oh, man.
Okay. All right, what do you got?
Pizzerias.
Oh, yeah. I remember those.
Yep. So, pizzerias were super popular. Like, even in my circle, friends would go down to the store, get pizzerias, maybe watch some cars, maybe get some Sunny D, read some comics all together. Like, pizzerias were the chip back in the day. And then they mysteriously just stopped being on shelves. And it's weird for a product that was so popular to not be sold anymore. And the interesting fact about this is what had happened is the parent company of Keebler ended up getting bought out by two other companies. And then when they bought them out, they ended up selling off some of their IPs, and the pizzeria chips were one of them that just got discontinued.
Interesting.
And we lost them. So there's always those online things, bring back pizzeria chips, which I might have started or been a part of. But yeah, 90s pizzeria chips, man.
Link in the comments, change.org, pizzeria chips. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Go funding pizzerias.
Yeah, I love those. I remember like going to the grocery store and getting the pizzeria chips, or also, do you remember they also made the baked potato chips? Like, I remember the jingle, it's something like baked potatoes, something sour cream and chive, you won't believe your eyes, or something like that. Like, but I think I Googled it. This is funny. Within the last few months, I looked up the baked potato ones, and they brought back the baked potato peel chips. So who knows? Maybe the pizzeria will come back. The closest we can get, the little stuffed pretzels still makes the pizza one. I forget what they're called. The combos, yeah, they still make pizza. Yeah.
There's another company, I don't know if they're still around, but they were kind of mimicking the pizzeria chips, and people were saying it's very similar. I don't remember the name of the company off the top of my head, or if they still make them, because they could have also gone out. But there's been some companies that have tried to recreate the pizzeria chips. But man, those were, like, if you can find a company that does make them, it's a very 90s taste. It's a very 90s thing. It epitomizes what 90s flavor was.
That was an era of food when they were starting to use, like, dabble in, like, chemical flavors and stuff, but they hadn't gone full chemistry set yet, like everything is now. You know, now it'll just be like a banana chip, and you're like, oh, what's in this? It should just be a dried banana, and you turn it around, and it literally looks like a chemistry set on the back of the bag. Although that might also be an exclusively American thing. I don't think other countries, like, every once in a while, we have a store that sells, like, imported candy bars from, like Europe and stuff, and you'll get, like, a Snickers or something, and it's, like, half the ingredients, like the European version. So, I don't know. But either way, bring back the pizzeria chips. That is an excellent one.
Yeah, man. When I found that, I was like, oh, we have to talk about pizzeria chips. Like, there's no summer 90s flavor than that.
Oh man, absolutely
iconic.
And now I know why you wanted to do the music first, because that way we can talk about food, and when we get all hungry, the next thing we have to do is just end the show and go eat.
Oh, I do have chips to go eat. You're right. Yeah. I'm
not even joking.
Pizzeria, sadly.
I have pizza combos right now. I haven't had them in forever. It's so funny you did that, because I just bought 2 little mini packs of the combos pizza flavor. So I don't know if I'm going to go eat those, but I'm definitely going to go eat something, because now I am hungry.
Perfect.
All right, guys. That is going to do it. Before we go, is there anything you want to say, where we can find you, all that sort of stuff?
The only place is Twitch, Ashen Sugar, twitch.com.
All right, and we will put that in the comments too. As far as me, well, you can find me here for information on the podcast and where you can find it, because it does stream on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, all those sort of things. It's buddycat.gg will get you all the information you need. That's buddycat.gg. That'll link you to everything that you need right there, and we'll put links in the comments too. All right, I think that is it. Oh, the heart hands. I don't think I can do it.
You're like, nope, not me.
I'm too busy drinking coffee.
Oh.
All right. We will see you all next week. Have a good week. Thank you.